Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This video is part of my South India road trip and is about my journey from Bengaluru to Kanyakumari on the Kawasaki Ninja 650. So thank you for joining in, and without further ado, let us get started. So here we are on day 3 of this road trip. We covered around 850 kilometers from Pune to Bengaluru and the ride conditions have been great so far. One of the reasons why the bike still looks so clean. A good cell phone holder was going to be an important accessory on this journey, and before the start of this trip, I tried to install few of them on my Ninja 650. But since the bike has kind of clip-on handles, the installation options were limited for aftermarket accessories. This cell phone holder I bought online for around 300 rupees turned out to be the most useful accessory for the bike on this trip. In fact, I love the way how its placement neatly tucked the cell phone behind the windshield. So the hotel which I booked in Kanyakumari is showing around 665 kilometers and arrival time of around 7 pm. With all the breaks in between, I'll be happy if I can reach by 8. If I were with one of my riding friends, we would probably be somewhere taking our first break on the highway. But I think it is okay. I like to mix it up a bit, ride solo sometimes, ride with a friend or ride as a group. I think each of them are fun in different ways. So leaving for Kanyakumari from Bengaluru, the bike has been doing quite well so far and I'm looking forward to a great day of ride. That is the KTM 390 Adventure, a nice adventure bike. I did take a test ride some time back, but for me the seat height is just too high. I know they say it's about the technique that how you ride, but in my opinion it does make a difference to me when my feet can reach the ground easily. I hope a loading kit for shorter rider becomes available here in future, as bikes comparatively lighter weight would be a boon while off-roading. It was the first time I was touring on a sports tour like the Ninja, and as I expected, the fairing did help a lot with reducing the wind blast at highway speeds, which in turn helped reduce the fatigue from long distance riding. On my previous bike, the Kawasaki ER6N, which is a naked sports bike, it is an amazing bike, but at certain speeds, the wind blast was just too much to handle. Another difference I felt between the previous bike and this one is the position of foot pegs. I feel the foot pegs on my Ninja 650 are comparatively more relaxed than the ER6N. Overall, I feel the Ninja is a better tourer than my previous bike, and it is the primary reason why I upgraded to the Ninja 650. Bengaluru to Kanyakumari was the most fun part of this trip. The roads were amazing, and since I was doing it for the first time, it had that element of surprise. On this stretch, I rode longer than usual. I usually take a short break every 70-80 kilometers, but I did so at 100 plus kilometers this time. The roads were just too good, and I could have easily carried another 30-40 kilometers without a break. But as a touring best practice I follow, I did make sure I took enough stops. I was sensing that now I'm very close to my destination, and about to complete the perfect road trip I always dreamed of, something that I started to find out at the start of this trip. It's almost 6 pm and another 120 kilometers to go. Stopping here for a quick break. With all the luggage and the way Ninja attracts so much attention, I only chose to stop at places where I could watch the bike. So after the final stop for the day, starting the journey again. I do not prefer to ride in the night time as much, but as it turned out, it was fun too this time. So here we are finally reaching our destination in Kanyakumari. What makes arriving here by road so much special for me and many other riders like me is that Kanyakumari is known as the southernmost town in mainland India. At this point, I was enjoying this moment of a dream coming true. I first thought about it when I saw this milestone on my Leh Ladakh trip. Kashmir to Kanyakumari, India is one, and since then I wanted to do this road trip. My next dream would be to do it again in one go. This is the hotel I stayed in Kanyakumari, and I remember it was the most expensive stay of the entire trip. I wanted something close to the sea and there were very few good options. But now I can say staying here was well worth it. End of a memorable day in my life, time to look back and take some rest and continue the journey to Rameshwaram the next day. Stay tuned for my next video as I narrate my experience about reaching Rameshwaram and Arichal Munai near Dhanushkodi, and thank you for watching.